We talked up in the lead up to the season just about all the newness on the offensive line, and through 2 weeks at least, it looks really good. Kind of what's worked and how, kind of who I guess deserves responsibility and credit for all of that.
First and foremost, just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But to answer that question, I think it really pays homage to our coaches. Shout out to Coach Terry and all the we got like multiple offensive line coaches who does a great job of making sure that we're developing on and off the field. They do a great job. Coach Terry, I really love. He's very young in the game, one of the youngest O lineman coaches in the I think in the country, and the way he interacts with us and kind of makes sure that we're on point with everything is awesome. He brings energy all the time, every day to practice. So just seeing when you see like your leader and your coach like bringing it every single day, that kind of gives us the fire to continue to develop and be better every single day.
Right here, Matt.
What's been the growth process with you and Dante, and understanding your checks and knowing when he sees it, and you don't have to maybe acknowledge it, or vice versa.
Yeah, man. Me and Dante, man, we built connection. It's been good lately. Obviously, you guys see how we've been doing, how Dante's been playing. We just been just being elite with the basics. Just sticking to the basics and to the routines. Just know what our checks is for that week or the team we're playing. And Dante does a great job of communicating all the time. Like he's very vocal. He's confident. Like when he sees something, or if I see something, I'm gonna alert him. And if he sees it, and if it's not what they're bringing or something, then he's now we're good. He knows what it is because he can see everything on the defense.
Right here, all right, Jack.
You spoke about Coach Terry earlier, and so what I've heard is that he actually gets into blocking drills and he has you guys block him.
Mhm.
Can you speak to the truth of that?
Yeah, he does. Like he sometimes he'll hold shield backs for us, making sure like that we're hitting the right point of contact and making sure we're doing the right technique. Like he gets in with us. Like I say, like he's a very young coach. He's not the type of one to just sit on the side. No, he actually get in and like do it with us sometimes. Even some of the running stuff that we do, and we do like high speed go drill stuff, like just to make sure that we're hitting our high speed every week. Like today, Coach Terry, all the coaches, like they all run with us. And it's awesome to see. Like I say, it brings a lot of drive and fire, knowing that your leader is right there doing it with you, and you're not alone.
Back right, Brett.
Kind of going back to the first question, just about the success you guys have had. 0 sacks, obviously allowed, only 3 TFLs. Do you guys kind of take the success that you guys have had over the first 2 games as kind of a badge and honor? And despite the successes, where else do you feel like the line can still maybe improve, despite the success you guys have seen so much?
Yeah, man. Despite like you said, despite the success, I feel like we can get better in everything every day. There's new things that we figure out. Coach Stein likes to say we're not gonna have a perfect game, though we strive to have a perfect game. At the end of the day, there's gonna be some stuff that we wish we could take back, and we can call a different play. But for the offensive line, like I feel like there is some things that we're still working on, whether it's technique, communication, being on the same point, and just training. But like you said, that badge of honor, yeah, it's nice, but we just focus on the team we got ahead right now.
Here on the right, Zach.
9 a.m. kick. We've had some players tell us they're getting in early and kind of getting prepared for this earlier kickoff. Dan said that you guys practice at this time all the time, so you're prepared. How have you kind of looked at this new challenge and gotten yourself ready?
Just doing what I do every single day, just sticking to my routine. At the end of the day, whenever to me, like the coaches like to say, practice, we make practice very hard so the game comes easy. So, I appreciate Coach Dan for just making practice hard for us every single day, up to a point when we get to that point on Saturdays, like, it's we've been doing it for the whole week. So we should have no fear. We've been preparing, just trusting the process every single day. And like I said, we got great coaches who develops us every single day and does a great job making sure that we're prepared for the team we're playing.
On the left, John.
You and Emmanuel seem to be really dialed in there together in just a short amount of time. Have you been able to, be able to communicate and pass off those stunts and twists from the D line games and work together to, be able to keep Dante clean?
Yeah, man. I love Emmanuel. I love all my guys right next to me. One thing I really love is that we all can trust each other, and I'm playing right next to each other. We're all gonna get our job done. And Eman, like you said, passing off them games, we communicate loud. We want to make sure that, even if the defense knows, like we know they're bringing something, we're gonna let them know that we're gonna stop it regardless. We're gonna like Eman said in an interview the other day. We want to make sure that 5 stay clean.
Here we go, James.
It's a unique setting, Pancho, with the lakefront stadium and a small stadium, and unique for a lot of people. But I certainly understand that there's a lot of Hawaii football stadiums that are obviously oceanfront.
Yeah.
How many of them did you play in, and is there anything unique about playing in that kind of a setting?
I mean, obviously Hawaii and Chicago is different. Hawaii, you got like those beautiful palm trees. You see the beautiful sunny right above you. You know, just feeling that beautiful breeze. I don't know how it is out in Chicago. It's actually gonna be one of my first times down there, but it's nice. You know, I played in a couple schools that has like oceans right next to it. It's beautiful just being able to feel that breeze coming from the ocean and the water and stuff like that. So probably might give me a sense of home in a little bit. Just being right next to water, knowing that it's like home, but not really home.
You're on the right, Zach.
With that unique setting and how small the stadium is compared to Austin, you won't have a crowd to generate energy. How do you attack kind of creating your own juice, as Lenny likes to say?
I know that's a good. We kind of that's one of our motto for offensive line, and this whole week is bring our own juice. We just kind of like just celebrate with each other. Whether you have success or whether you have some hardships throughout the game, you just want to celebrate and lift up your brothers at any time. Just be there for them and just continue to lift them up and encourage them.
Right here, John.
Plays like that flea flicker screen pass to Gary. How fun is that for you when you get to be out there with the entire offensive line running downfield trying to hit people?
It's fun. I wish we scored. We've been waiting to run that play that whole weekend. And when we got it, it was something we want. Had the numbers out there, but I was telling Gary, next time you got to be vocal and let us know where to go. But it was fun. I really love it though.
Right in the middle, Tyson.
When you guys are reviewing tape of the games that you just played, how is that different through 2 weeks compared to the first 2 weeks last year? Like just how is the vibe in the room different, and how is approaching tape when there's way less obvious instances of things that need to be cleaned up like last season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we don't like to talk about our team last year. Obviously, we just learned from that. Me, especially because me being on that team with our offensive line, I take into consideration just being able to build every single day and to learn from those mistakes. And one of our main things coming into week one, Coach Lanning, he had this shirt about like how many yards per carry we had that week, and he wore it this year and kind of gave me like some fire, like, all right, babe, we're gonna bring it, and we just bring it and did our job, just when everybody's on the same page and just sticking to our process and doing what we've been doing for the whole fall camp and the whole year and just being, prepared, everything's going to unfold.
Right here, Eric. Amari came in at the same time, and I'm sure have had a lot of practice battles.
Oh, yeah.
Where have you seen the growth from him, I guess, just from when you guys first got here to now?
I mean, one of the biggest growth I've seen in Amari is like he started to be vocal. That's me and him. Obviously we came in both young. We weren't as vocal, but just seeing Amari talk now, seeing him lead the front all the time. Like I remind Amari every time, like when he's, obviously in the game, you're gonna get tired at some point in the game. I just like to remind Amari, like, the defense is not going to depend on obviously it depends on the linebacker and everybody doing the job. But if the front four, you guys are not doing your job, and we're not going to get it. Same for the offensive line. I kind of hold that same standard for them. Like let them know, like, hey, this team's going to go as much as we do. As much as we go, the fire and the energy that we bring, this whole team's going to follow us.